Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the musicals that shockingly missed out on a Tony Award nomination or win. We're leaving out off-Broadway shows since the Tony Awards don't have a category for them yet.
I could stay right here or disappear, and nobody'd even notice it all.
Number 10. Falsetto's 46th Tony Awards.
Pretty boys are in demand. Welcome to Falsetto.
In 1992, a musical about an unconventional Jewish family in New York dealing with love, identity, and illness in the face of a changing world hit Broadway. Critics lauded the show for its heart, humor, and tackling of real-world issues. When the 46th Tony Awards arrived, we had high hopes, especially with its 7 nominations. While we can't complain too much, it won Best Book of a Musical and Best Original Score. There's one category where we felt it was robbed: Best Musical.
What are you doing here?
Jason asked me to come. Since he asked me to come, I came.
That coveted award went to Crazy for You, which some viewed as a landmark in modern American musical theater. Still, we can't help but feel slighted on behalf of Falsettos.
'Cause I'm too smart for my own good, and I'm too good for my sorry little life.
Number 9. The Wiz 77th Tony Awards. When the 2024 Tony Award noms list was released, we scanned it multiple times in search of the Wiz revival. Despite lukewarm reviews from critics, audiences couldn't get enough, and who could blame them? It's a timeless tale, revitalized by the genius of Amber Ruffin, complete with catchy tunes and breathtaking staging. Not to mention, it marked the triumphant return of this beloved classic to the Great White Way after its last revival in 1984.
Nice to be back home where there's love and affection.
With all that going for it, you'd think it was a shoe-in, or should we say a silver slipper-in, for Best Revival. Wrong. Sadly, The Wiz wouldn't be skipping down the yellow brick road at this year's Tony Award ceremony.
Bring me something I can use. Don't you bring me no bad news.
Number 8. Bonnie and Clyde 66th Tony Awards. The 66th Tony Awards was a tough year. Ghost, Newsies, Once, Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
Are you teasing me?
No. He's not teasing you. It's just that we can't do that.
Okay, we're kidding about that last one, but the competition was fierce.
You'll lose the blues and you may lose your heart.
Again, this particular show may not have won over all the critics, but it definitely had a devoted fan base. Sadly, despite its compelling retelling of Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow's story, backed by a fantastic soundtrack, it struggled to find its footing. Closing after just 36 performances on Broadway, it seems this daring production was a gamble that didn't quite pay off. We're not saying it deserved to win Best Musical, but a little more recognition wouldn't hurt, right?
We are the pair that we'll discuss. Yes, this world will remember us.
Number 7. Victor Victoria 50th Tony Awards. Picture it. It's 1996, the Tony nominations have been announced, and your jaw hits the ground as you realize Victor Victoria didn't make the cut. No offense to the competition, but seriously?
As you can see, Monsieur Levis, I have a legitimate voice.
Yes, well, you see, if I was looking, I'd be looking for something more illegitimate.
This show deserved nods across the board, yet the entire production was overlooked in almost every category. Where did they go wrong? The witty script? The memorable score? Blake Edwards' innovative direction? Or simply the sheer entertainment it brought?
Don't know whether it's morning or night. Only know it's sounding right.
Julie Andrews, who played the titular role, scored a lone nomination but graciously turned it down. Had she won, she'd have entered the elusive EGOT Club, but instead she chose to stand with her team. Now that is a class act.
I think it's as simple as you're one kind of man, I'm another.
And what kind are you?
One that doesn't have to prove it to myself or anyone.
Number 6. Sunday in the Park with George 38th Tony Awards. Today, Sunday in the Park with George stands tall among Sondheim's masterpieces, yet its debut faced a lukewarm reception.
They have never understood, and no reason that they should. But if anybody could.
Inspired by Georges Seurat's painting A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte, it broke the mold of typical musicals. Still, it earned the Pulitzer Prize for Drama and multiple Drama Desk Awards. As for the Tonys, well, it won 2, but also played runner-up to La Cage aux Folles. It was a worthy contender with its captivating story, enchanting soundtrack, and profound message. Still, we couldn't shake the feeling of Sunday being overlooked. Perhaps Sondheim's avant-garde style was too ahead of its time, but no win for the score. Is it too late to demand reconsideration? Number 5, Come From Away, 71st Tony Awards. Any musical going up against the phenomenon of Dear Evan Hansen probably knew the odds were stacked against them. Even Natasha Pierre and The Great Comet of 1812, which was the most nominated show of the season. Now don't get us wrong, we're huge fans of Dear Evan Hansen and its thought-provoking narrative and stunning score, but we couldn't help feeling that Come From Away deserved more recognition.
To the land where the waters started around us and we said, we will not be drowned.
Its touching story and beautiful soundtrack made it a surefire crowd pleaser, earning rave reviews and filling theaters. In any other year, it would have been the talk of the Tonys. At least the show's director, Christopher Ashley, secured a well-deserved win.
And the people who extended their hearts and their homes and were generous and kind at the very worst moments, to all of you, thank you and thank you.
Number 4, Miss Saigon, 45th Tony Awards. In 1991, Miss Saigon stormed onto Broadway from the West End. It's a stunning retelling of Puccini's Madame Butterfly, with a breathtaking score by Alain Bouville and Claude-Michel Schoenberg. It quickly became the hottest ticket of the year, captivating audiences and shattering ticket sales records. With 11 nominations each, Miss Saigon and the Will Rogers Follies led the pack for Tony glory.
Pop the champagne. It's time we all entertain my American dream.
Despite victories for Lea Salonga, Jonathan Pryce, and Hinton Battle, the top prize slipped away, claimed by their toughest rival. The show had been tarnished by controversies that some think may have cost it the win. Still, we believe it deserved better. I still believe. Number 3, Be More Chill, 73rd Tony Awards. 2019 was another fantastic year for Broadway, offering a diverse range of stories and performances. One standout was Be More Chill, a modern tale of a nerdy teen's journey to popularity thanks to a supercomputer in his head. While opinions among critics varied, it struck a chord with a new generation of theatergoers. Despite receiving only 1 nomination for Best Original Score, it lost to Hadestown, which also won Best Musical.
I hear the rocks and stones echo in my song. I'm coming.
The cast also got snubbed from performing at the ceremony. Meanwhile, James Corden, Sarah Bareilles, and Josh Groban humorously parodied one of their tunes without initially paying the show its proper dues. Needless to say, the fans were not too happy.
Go to open up the door, but I can't hear knocking anymore.
Number 2, Chicago, 30th Tony Awards. Chicago first opened on Broadway in 1975, starring Gwen Verdon as Roxy Hart and Cheetah Rivera as Velma Kelly.
Isn't it fun? Isn't it? But nothing stays.
Perhaps it was its dark, cynical tone, or maybe it was its focus on murderesses, but it left audiences squirming in their seats. When Tony's season arrived, a chorus line stole the spotlight, while Chicago left empty-handed.
Don't mean a thing, all I care about is love.
But the story doesn't end there. Chicago's 1996 revival won 6 Tonys, setting a record for the most wins by a revival, a title it held until 2008. Additionally, the 2002 film adaptation garnered 6 Oscars. And how many did a chorus line win? Zilch. Look, we adore a chorus line. We're just stating the facts.
Left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
And then some.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Grease, 26th Tony Awards. It was a womp bom baloo bop a womp bam booming loss for Grease when Two Gentlemen of Verona won instead.
Mr. Zuko, is that gum I see? Did you bring enough for all of us? All right, get rid of it.
West Side Story, 12th Tony Awards. The show lost out to The Music Man. Nothing against the show, but we were ready to rumble. Follies, 26th Tony Awards. Some might say it was sheer folly that this show didn't win Best Musical.
I've got those doubts. Why don't you love me? Oh, you do. I'll see you later. Blues.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Wicked, 58th Tony Awards. Wicked defied all expectations when it soared onto Broadway, breaking so many records that we need a whole new list to cover them all. It has also won several Drama Desk Awards, and its cast album even picked up a Grammy.
There's nothing that can stop you from becoming popular.
Despite split opinions among critics, audiences flocked to see it. It seemed like a clear frontrunner at that year's award ceremony. It was a decent night for the show, securing wins for Best Scenic Design, Best Costume Design, and Best Performance for its leading lady, Idina Menzel. But when it came to the big one, Best Musical, the winner was not Wicked. Well, it didn't suck to be part of the Avenue Q cast that night. Which Broadway show do you think didn't get the recognition it deserved? Share your thoughts in the comments.
And I'm so ready to wake up now.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.